the guy there, man, on second.
Yeah.
All right, let's.
I thought he was safe at first, but
Yeah.
they called him for the out.
Yeah. All right, let's get the show going. What do you mean my PC's being slow? Leave me alone.
Man, don't even talk to me about computers, man.
Yeah. Hey, what's up, everyone? What's up, everyone? Welcome to Basement Radio Arcade, the Basement Radio Arcade podcast. We are live, as always, on Wednesday nights. And some of us are actually watching the World Series right now.
That's right.
Yeah, and B-Money's probably going to go nuts right now. Was he safe at home?
Let it drop.
You let it fly, man. Whenever something hype happens, let it go.
Yeah.
Let it out.
Yeah, so some of us are watching the World Series, but anyways, welcome back to Basement Radio Arcade.
Yes, let's go, baby!
Yeah, and that's so B-Money's watching the game as well, and you're going to hear that a lot tonight. John's actually not, John Mr. Megadeth is not going to be joining us tonight, as he's waited over 100 years to watch the Cubs potentially win the World Series. So
yeah, man.
That's B-Money as well, and every fucking Cubs fan's out there. So I'm actually not rooting for the Cubs, but yeah, I kind of have a.
I am because I'm a little bit of a hater when it comes to Cleveland for obvious reasons.
Oh, see, man, come on,
I have love hate. Let's love hate.
You're still upset over LeBron James, man.
No, dude. I love what LeBron did for us, but if you ask true Heat fans, there's some behind the scenes stuff that didn't sit well. But whatever, it's whatever.
Yeah. No, it's yeah. So.
No grudges.
Yeah. Well, I was happy that he came back and they won a championship. That was in Cleveland. That was pretty cool. Yeah.
Okay, moving on. No, I am too, man. That's a good thing. It's always a good thing when a city that doesn't usually see that happen, where it actually happens, man. That's always awesome.
Oh man, that fucking city, man. They were hurting for a championship, man. I mean, the football team is dreadful.
They will not win a game at all this season.
You don't think so? You think they go
0-16?
0-16?
Yep.
Yeah, that's terrible.
Could happen.
Yeah, it could happen.
I thought the Dolphins were headed that way too, man. But they seem to have adjusted a bit. So
yeah. So
anyway, welcome to Basement Radio Arcade Sports Podcast.
That's what we do. We talk sports, drink beer, we fucking talk video games.
Hey, no holds barred, man. We talk about everything.
Exactly. Except politics. We don't talk politics. Except that one time with David Jaffe. That was only one time.
Yeah.
I won't do that again. We won't talk politics again.
No,
but let's talk about. Well, let me introduce the panel again, as always. We have B-Money 101 from the Inner Circle podcast as well. What's up, B-Money?
Not much, man. Feeling good to be a Chicago fan right now. Cubs are up 2-1, and the Bulls are 3-0 right now, and they're playing the Celtics, looking for that fourth win. So I'm feeling good right now. Chicago sports is doing this thing, and a lot of great games to play right now. So I'm good.
Yeah, absolutely, man.
Yeah, man. D Wade had a hell of a homecoming.
He did.
Yeah, he did.
He did.
Yep.
Yeah. So and then we have Eric Jackson from Real Game Media. What's up, Eric?
What's going on, everybody?
And we have
happy to be here.
Yep, and we're always happy to have you on live from South Beach. And
the home of the Zika mosquito.
Yeah, right. And without further ado, we have Sam, who has the best avatar on the podcast, because I'm just a big Witcher fan. What's up, Sam?
Not much. Just a busy week on the path, Going well. Interesting week on Twitter, to say the least. But
to say the least, yeah.
Yes.
We'll get into that later, though.
Yeah,
good gaming times. I had meant to play Firewatch and give my opinion of it, but I got carried away, and all I did was play Gears.
Nice.
I've just been. It's a good problem to have. I'm almost addicted to the competitive multiplayer. This is probably the first Gears game that I actually feel like an asset to my team rather than a detriment, and that I'm actually carrying games now. Instead of just being the one who gets 1-2 by nashers and punches across every corner. So I'm enjoying it. I'm taking my time and really enjoying it.
Nice,
We need to
man.
play some Horde. We all need to get on Horde.
Yeah.
Most def.
Yeah, we definitely got to get some Horde mode soon. I mean, that's we got to get back to it. I know we tried it one time, but we got to get back to it. So, yeah,
I
why don't
did
we?
fix that issue.
Oh, you did
I
fix
did
it.
get that fixed. I tested it with a couple of other people. It's done.
You know what? I really hope developers start implementing crossplay because it's been really cool to have the ability to play with some of my friends on Twitter who are PC gamers having them join us this year. And having you, Sam. I mean, you. Eric's Sport Agent's calling him right now.
Sorry about that.
Yeah, no worries, man. So yeah, I hope that's a feature that is implemented more. Hopefully from third-party developers. Maybe that could be something that I think happens. Maybe in the future. Like we've seen with other features on consoles, new features. So, Sam, so you're playing Gears. What else are you playing right now, man?
Gears, a healthy side of Gears. When I said it had taken over and all I've been playing is Gears, I meant it. Okay. Let me see. Did I actually play anything else? I think I may have played a little bit of Halo. That would be it.
Okay, nice.
Oh no. You know what? No. I did play a few hours of Skyrim Special Edition.
Oh, okay.
I did start. I did get into Skyrim. Made an orc sorcerer who's going around draining the life out of everybody.
Nice.
I'm wanted, of course.
Because you're draining the life out of everyone.
Oh yeah, I mean if you're not wanted in every hold by your third or fourth hour, you're not playing right. So
yeah, I'm not playing right. Yeah, but hey, we'll talk about Skyrim too. We'll get into that a little bit. So
cool. Nice.
Yeah, all right. So Eric, what are you playing, man?
Actually, haven't been playing a ton this week except for Until Dawn. That's pretty much what I've been rocking out on.
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
Trying to working my way through that. I know it's not very long, but I've only been able to jump in for an hour here or there. So just had a busy schedule over the last month. So hopefully, the next couple of weeks I can actually dedicate to some gaming.
Yeah.
But Until Dawn, that game I would recommend it to anyone. It's like $10 right now on PSN.
Oh, it's dirt cheap.
That's a steal.
That's a steal. Oh yeah.
Yeah. Definitely pick it up. Definitely play it. Again, it's also one of those games where if you have a significant other who's not really into gaming,
mm-hmm.
You just kind of sit and play it together. Have them freak out at certain things or help them make choices.
Yeah.
So, but no, definitely.
That's a great game for a couple to play. Like if you have husband, wife, whatever. That's a great game.
Yeah. Yeah, and it's instead of watching a horror movie, sit and play, the scenario.
Right.
Yeah.
So,
yeah. But no, I'm really Until Dawn's a great game. So that's it for me.
Cool.
Kind of.
All right, B Money, what do you play, man?
Like Sam, I've been playing a lot of Gears. But the last couple of days I've been playing Titanfall 2 campaign, trying to wrap that up. And then of course I've been playing 2K. So those three games have been my main focuses over the past week. Really enjoying Titanfall. Haven't really got a chance to play the multiplayer too much, but the campaign is pretty solid. So
nice.
Yeah,
we'll be getting into Titanfall 2 in a little bit.
Fantastic.
Yeah. And I've been a little bit busier than usual. So my free time, I went to Target and did the buy two get one free, and my 7-year-old wanted we don't have Minecraft here, and he wanted it, so I ended up getting him Minecraft as the third game, and it happened to be the cheapest game, which means it's the free game. So that I don't know.
Of course.
From a value perspective, it wasn't great, but I can't say no to him. He was really excited. He actually wanted to get Dragon Quest Builders, but they didn't have it. They didn't have it there. So so we just went with Minecraft, and because he was really excited, so I was like, "Oh, I want this," So I got it, but I got picked up Skyrim and Titanfall 2. So Skyrim. Tell you what, Skyrim was actually. I pull up my spreadsheet, guys, because I was hanging out at Best Buy and Target again this weekend. No, but look at this shit. You see this PlayStation 4 commercial right now?
Yeah.
Look at this.
Yeah, they're turning up the marketing, man.
Yeah, look at Call of Duty, Destiny. Nice. All right.
Yeah, they're letting you know what's on the way.
Yeah, I thought Sony didn't have any games. Anyhow, yeah, I've been seeing a lot of Titanfall 2 commercials for the Xbox One, and Battlefield ones too. So, what was I saying? Oh yeah, so Titanfall, not Titanfall 2, but Skyrim was actually sold out. When I went there, all the copies were sold out except for one. The guy had one that had been reserved like the night before, and whoever reserved it didn't pick it up. He's like, I'll sell it to you. I was like, sweet.
And today that guy lost his job.
I hope not, man.
No.
But yeah, so I've been playing Skyrim, Titanfall 2. I probably only put like maybe I've just scratched the surface of Skyrim. I only played like I think an hour of it so far. So I'm like the first town, and so I'm not very far into it. And then Titanfall 2, I played some multiplayer, which I think the maps that I've played are definitely much better than what the one map that the beta had. And I've been playing the campaign, and I'm probably maybe an hour and some change in the campaign. Not very far on the campaign. It's still a little slow. I understand it picks up later on. And actually, some of the reviews I've been reading about the campaign have just been stellar. I've been absolutely
there definitely
stellar.
seems to be a part that they really nailed. But I don't know. I hear like overall, like from a multiplayer standpoint, like there's just not a ton of people like rocking out on it.
Well, yeah, and that could be that maybe people are engaged in the campaign a little bit more, or Sam. Or it could be the other thing with Titanfall 2. I mean, the game launched in between it's launching between Battlefield 1 and Call of Duty, but Gears also launched. I mean, so it's kind of like in this, in between these other big multiplayer titles. So it's like,
and that's definitely.
Yeah, they're all trying to share the same genre. It's one big gumbo of shooters right now, and you gotta make your choice of what you're going to rock out on.
Yep. There's only so much attention to go around, Attention, time, and money for most people,
Yeah, exactly. That's right, man. I mean, thinking about all the games that are coming out, and I don't even know why they released Titanfall 2 in between those Battlefield 1 and Call of Duty. That just doesn't make any sense to me. You just basically sent you put them out there to dry, and that's just not. I don't understand that.
Right.
But maybe
I thought I read an article somewhere that said that they, for whatever reason, they couldn't move the release date.
Well,
so I don't know how
locked in stone.
Yeah.
And, shareholders are looking at it and things like that. So on a business end, they probably could move it much further than where it was at initially anyway.
Right.
Yeah.
But, EA says they plan to support it for the long haul. So
yeah, they kind of
even with the lackluster initial sales, this week they said they intend to continue to support it. They see it as a long-term franchise.
Yeah.
But what else are you gonna say? Well, that's a wrap. We're done. It was a nice experiment.
Yeah. We tried it twice. It didn't work out.
Right.
Yeah. But so John, who is not on tonight, who said I think he finished a campaign. He was tweeting out that it's like one of the best campaigns he's played in a first-person shooter. And that's a pretty bold statement, considering, at least for me, considering some of the first-person shooters I've played. But again, from some of the reviews that I've read, I remember I was reading the Kotaku review, and I forgot who reviewed it, but she tweeted out, and I was reading her review, and I forget her name. She said she actually stepped out and had a cigarette and was like, wow. that the campaign's that
Was that
good.
good?
Yeah.
Was that good to her? Damn.
Yeah, but apparently there's some mechanics, some things in the campaign later on. I haven't seen this yet. That are done very well. And I don't know how far you are in the campaign, B Money. And I don't know what you've experienced so far, but are your thoughts? What are your thoughts on the campaign from what you've played so far?
I think it's pretty damn good. As far as like being one of the best first person shooters, I mean, when you compare it to like Call of Duty or like Battlefield, I would say it's better than the most recent Call of Duty campaigns and the Battlefield campaigns. So I mean, in regards to like the last couple of years, I would say it's definitely one of the best as far as first person. So I mean, that wouldn't include like Gears since that's a third person game.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, it's definitely up there. I'm almost finished with the campaign, I believe, because I've taken out just about all the henchmen, and I think I just have the boss left. So we'll see once it wraps up. But there's definitely a lot of stuff to do, and it definitely keeps you on your toes. You know what I mean? Especially if you play it on one of the harder difficulties.
Wow, that's
and John says better than Doom, and coming from John, that's crazy because I know Doom was one of his favorite first-person shooters of this, of this year or even the generation.
Yeah, Doom was held in high regard, and I picked that game up when it was on sale earlier this year, but I still haven't had the chance to play it. So I'll run through that, and then I'll compare it to see which one was better.
Right. Yeah, I started Doom, but then got sidetracked, so I got to get back to it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've
That's
heard.
interesting. John also said it wants to make someone want a first-person Prince of Persia. He's not in here to explain that, but we'll have to ask him about that.
We'll have to ask him about that. At a later time. But I mean, I've heard people say compare it to Singularity or some portions of the game to Singularity, which I think that came out in 2010.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah, that's by Ravensoft, and Ravensoft actually, I believe they did the remaster for Modern Warfare, the one that's coming out with Infinite Warfare. So, but I've heard some people make comparisons to that game, saying that there's certain elements or mechanics of the game of Titanfall 2 that were in Singularity that actually the Titanfall 2 does better. So, so that I thought that was interesting. But I'm liking it so far. I really like, and I wish they would have had this in the first game, but the campaign, because I like the kind of the relationship you see between the pilot and the Titan. Yeah, and I think that's really cool. Adds a certain layer of depth to the game. So, and it's Sam. So you haven't played the campaign, right?
No, I haven't actually even picked it up yet.
Oh, you haven't picked it up. Okay.
I need to. Probably after I get paid sometime next week.
I hear that, man. Get that money.
Yeah.
It's funny how you kind of need that to get the games.
Xbox One version. Sorry,
yeah.
I got to go for the achievements. Okay, I mean, look, 96% of it is campaign related. That's an easy 1,000. That's too good to pass up. I'm sorry.
Oh, you know what, dude? I got the PlayStation.
That is a factor, man.
Oh, I completely forgot about that. I got the PlayStation 4 version because it was kind of like, do I get the Xbox One version? That's called, it's first world problems. But
yeah, for real.
Yeah. But yeah, I was like, do I get the Xbox One? Do I get the PlayStation 4 version? And I went the PlayStation 4 version because I talked to some people that I game with, and there was more people gaming on the. Yep, can you guys hear me?
Yep.
Yeah, we can.
Yep.
Hold on a second, guys. You guys hear me better now? I just had my mic just crapped out real quick.
No, you sounded fine the whole way through, man.
Yeah, you sound fine.
Okay. All right. That's strange. I don't know what's going on. Okay. So so I decided to go with the PlayStation 4 version just because I had ended up having more friends that were picking up that game. But yeah, damn. So I completely forgot about that. That could have swayed me the other way. Getting those Chivos.
Brings up a good point.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, look on the bright side. You'll get an easy platinum.
I hope so.
That's how I look at it. Because this would probably be my first platinum. So I figure I'll take an easy one.
Yeah. No,
There you go.
I was so proud.
Yeah, I have about
My brother
6.
got his. That's
What's that, Sam?
good. Oh, I was just saying, my brother actually got his first platinum yesterday, and it was in Bloodborne. And I was so proud of
That's
him.
great. Yeah,
Dude, that's a hell of a platinum to get, though, man.
that's a good platinum.
That's knocking it out of the park on your first go round.
Yeah,
Right. Yeah, a lot of people
Definitely-
stand
definitely
on,
worthy one.
like, yes, a lot of people stand on those Telltale games for their platinums. Like, I have 2 platinums in Telltale games.
Yeah, right.
Those are gimmies. You know? But Bloodborne? That's
Yeah,
nice.
I don't even think John's platinum Bloodborne. Maybe he has. I don't know. I could.
Oh, don't you? Oh, he's coming in. He's coming. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
No, he's not going to say.
No,
It.
it's
Look,
coming.
he's not. Look at that. He's not paying attention. Yeah. He's not paying attention. But yeah. Hey, big shout out to everyone in the live chat as well.
Absolutely.
See some regulars. Thank you again, guys, for coming in and shooting the shit with us. But so what's interesting with the release
The
of
platinum
Titan.
for The Witcher 3, though, right?
What's that, Sam? Sam, you're biting a little bit, man. Well, I wonder if we lost him again.
Uh-oh.
Wait, did you say something to me? So I was just adjusting my audio.
Okay, I got you. Because you sound like you're biting a little bit. I heard you say something, and then I heard something about The Witcher 3, about it being the best game this console generation, I think.
No, I mean, it is. That's a given fact, and everybody knows. I was just making a crack at John probably not having the platinum for that one either.
Yeah.
Dumb joke, that's all.
I actually, you know
Probably
what?
doesn't have that one.
All joking aside, though, I think he does. I think he has a platinum, but I could be wrong. I don't know. But so with regards to Titanfall, I'm laughing because
Oh boy.
some of this shit that I read on Twitter this week about Titanfall, and there was a lot of fallout about some people's attitudes, in particular fanboys, their attitude towards Respawn, and only because of that stupid tweet that went out a couple weeks ago, where where the game went gold and they showed the PlayStation 4 disc and people felt slighted. I mean, it's really sad and it's really fucked up when people start, especially over something like this.
Let's be fair.
wishing.
Let's
What's that?
say, let's be fair. It started the moment it was announced that it was going to go multi-platform, which I don't know why anyone thought that game wasn't going to go multi-platform the second time around.
They
But a
outright
lot of
said
the
they
hate
knew it.
started.
They said
Yeah.
it was.
Yeah, but a lot of the hate started there. But it just ballooned and blossomed and mushroom clouded when that stupid tweet went out.
But here's the
And I
thing.
don't say that the initial tweet was stupid. It's just the people's reaction on it was stupid.
That's what I meant to say. I meant the reaction was
Right.
blown out of proportion, and it was just it's crazy. I mean, we're talking about grown fucking men, most of them. I'm assuming that are wishing the failure of a game development studio. Hoping that Titanfall 2 sales flop because they showed off the PlayStation 4 disc, and that was violation of their marketing deal with what the fuck are you talking about? It's not a violation of the marketing deal.
I didn't realize how many marketing majors were on Twitter.
Yeah, I mean, seriously. Were you there? Were you fucking at the Microsoft? Were you at the table with Respawn and Microsoft when they were ironing out the details of the marketing deal? Chances are no. And so people are just going apeshit over pure speculation, not having the facts. Here's the thing. You're entitled to your own opinions, but you're not entitled to your own facts. That's life. And the reaction by, certain fanboys.
Good thing that.
Hey Sam, you're buying out, man. It's because we were talking about Transformers before we went on live. He sounds
You're not gonna
There
hear
you go.
anything from me for a little bit. I'm gonna do something and then I'll be back. So I may my symbol may pop in and out. I'm gonna see if I can fix this.
all right, man. Sounds good.
All right, Sam.
All right, so Sam's gonna he's gonna pop out and address his audio issues. But shit. So where was I? I was talking about so the fanboy reaction to this stuff, and so it's just it's really it amazes me how triggered people got over that tweet that went out, and the fact that there's people that are saying, this is the crazy part. There's people out there that really feel like Respawn slapped them in the face. I've heard that term used. Well, we supported them in the beginning. They slapped us in the face. What the fuck? What do you mean they slapped you in the face? Are they indebted to you for life because they provided you a game experience that you supported?
Right.
No.
You paid your money. You got your product. Move on.
Right.
Yeah.
I'm still waiting on the explanation for how people were slighted. I mean, when I say that, I can't figure out if they feel, again, they won't admit that they were upset that it went multi-platform. So that's a slight. They felt slighted because of do they feel slighted over the marketing deal? We supported you, but you're showing the PlayStation disc. Either way, when you boil it down, it's stupid and insane. And emotional ties to this stuff are just out of control, man.
You know what, Eric? The problem is that people have this unhealthy attachment, and they put their own self-worth or value into an object, and that's the issue. That's part of the issue. And it's just shut the fuck up. It's not that big of a deal. Just play your fucking games. To me, there's better things, more serious things that are detrimental to gamers than that tweet. And the bashing, the name calling, and I've heard name calling from grown men that are my age. Right? And I'm like, dude, what the fuck's wrong with you? It's mind blowing. And actually, we're going to talk about this a little bit more next week because there's some other stuff that happened on Twitter that we're gonna discuss when John joins us again next week. So you guys definitely don't want to miss out on that because that's going to be man,
Matu's speaking that truth in the chat, man.
Yeah, you're still botting, Sam. So actually, Matu is he's right. He's like, it's sad that the community has come to this. I hope all games do well and developers continue to make great games. And you know what? If you wish poor sales on a developer because you feel like they slighted you over some bullshit like this, fuck you. Don't game then. Seriously, hold on for a second, because you're not even thinking about how difficult it is to develop a game. I mean, Sam's an engineer or a programmer right now, and this is what he's learning to do, and he knows how hard and difficult it is. Money, I think you try to take some courses previously on game design, game development.
No, I have my bachelor's degree in game development.
Okay, so you got your bachelor's in game, and I remember you sharing that story how hard it is to develop.
Oh,
yeah. So one, this isn't easy. Two, you got to remember something. This is the livelihood of these. It's a livelihood of a lot of these people that make these games. A lot of them have families. I mean, I was on. When we had David Jaffe on. He's talking about his daughters. How him and his daughters go into GameStop. To buy games. And they'll be like, oh, did you make this game? Did you make this game? So people forget that. A lot of these people are their fathers. They have families. This puts the food on their table, and you want to wish them ill will. You want to tweet stuff like "karma's a bitch." Really? I mean,
again, what does that mean? Karma's a bitch. What karma? What happened to? Do you understand what karma is? What happened to you personally?
No, clearly that
You have no stake in any of it. It's like let Microsoft worry about how their marketing deals go, or Sony worry about how their marketing deals go. And let's call it what it is. No gamer is wishing for any development studio to fail or any game to fail or wishing anything else, right?
No,
brand fans will.
Better.
Right. You want games to be better. You don't want BS. And that's, again, always hold a developer accountable, right? If a game was broken, if a game was XYZ, hold them accountable for that. Hold their foot to the fire on that. But for going multi-platform, for tweeting something that you didn't agree with, you think burn the whole village down? For what? But if you're a brand fan and you feel slighted and you feel, first of all, that comes from a place of inferiority, which I don't understand where that comes from either.
I don't get that either. I don't get that either. I just, but honestly, I'm shocked by all this stuff, and and it was interesting because I started to see a lot of people on Twitter, and a lot of people messaged me on Twitter, people that followed certain fanboys that said, you know what, this is getting ridiculous now. And good for them. Good for them to say, hey, you know what, this is getting ridiculous. Wishing ill will on developers is just, that's crossing the line. That's uncalled for. That's not in the spirit of gaming.
Mm-hmm.
And I think John said in the live chat, just turn in your controller. I mean, he's right. Turn in your fucking controller. If you wish game developers to fail, if you wish media sites to fail, turn in your controller. You're not a fucking gamer. You're not.
Mm-hmm.
Because look, I've been gaming for 30 years. I don't wish any failure by any developer in this industry or by any console developer, because I was around when the fucking game industry collapsed.
Mm-hmm.
I've seen console makers go out of business. I was there when Sega stopped making consoles.
Sad day.
That was a sad fucking day. I mean, the Dreamcast was one of the best consoles. We
hands down.
Let's go. I'm sorry, but
you're good, man. You're good. History's in the making right now, man. We get it.
Hey, B-Money, how crazy would it be? How crazy would it be if they just blew it like in the 8th inning?
Man, don't say that.
And the curse continued. The curse, but I should say the curse because they're not the Red Sox. The curse of Bambino, but yeah, I mean, guys, I mean, I've been there. I mean, I remember all these things, and many of you do too. And it's just fucking, it's incredible. It's uncalled for. It's toxic. It's unwarranted. And you know what? And I'm not gonna, because we're gonna get into this more next week. But for those of you who follow certain people, there's certain people out there that leverage a lot of misinformation and are leading you in the wrong direction. And I think it's time to like kind of take a step back and take an honest look of the message and the propaganda and all that other bullshit that's not needed in gaming. Because those folks, I would argue, aren't really passionate gamers, don't really care about gaming, only care about their own agenda. And you know what? If people, always, I've had people say, well, why do you care? I care because it's gaming.
And all the people who always are like, well, why do you care about their opinion, or why are you saying something? If they put those opinions on a public forum, then we have every right to say something about it. Just like they put their opinion out there, we can voice our opinion as well. You know what I mean? So don't question someone who speaks on something that they don't totally agree with, and you agree with it. You know what I mean? They put on a public forum. Everybody has the opportunity to say how they feel about it. So, you know what I mean?
Right.
Don't point the gun at us. You know what I mean? When we question what's actually going on.
Yeah. Learn how Twitter works.
Yeah, exactly. and look, and we're gonna challenge this shit every fucking time, because a lot of it's based on misinformation and ignorance and a lack of understanding of gaming, how gaming works.
Right. And quite frankly, it makes the whole community look bad.
It does. It makes
Because let's on the real, there's a very small segment that really knows what's going on in this side of the gaming community. I don't want to say from a casual standpoint, because there's a lot of hardcore gamers who have no clue what's going on in like the console war Twitter battles. They just play their games and do what they do. And if they saw some of this, they'd be like, I've had people say to me like, "What? Like, I happen to read this. Like, what does that mean? What's going on?" And I'm like, you don't even want to know. Sometimes I wish I didn't know. And it's just, the challenge is start making up your own mind and stop following these people down the rabbit hole of misinformation, because you're not helping any of these companies by doing this. In particular, where the Titanfall 2 thing is and where the Xbox thing is, if you say you love Xbox, realize that you're hurting it by being so silly about it. That's just a truth be told, you're not really hurting it in overall, but you're making it look bad. You think you're helping, but you're making it look bad.
Yeah. And let me tell you something. I'm sorry. Go ahead, Eric.
And when games are getting great reviews, when they're getting critical, acclaimed reviews, and people are not buying them, then that's a problem. It's cool if you don't like the game or whatever the case is. You're not a fan of first-person shooters or whatever the case is. But if you jump up and down about the first game, and now when the second game comes out, you don't want to pick it up because of X, Y, Z reason, which is a bunch of BS, then that's problematic. And you're not just hurting, that game developer. You're also hurting the gaming community, by not supporting it. We've seen so many game developers in the last generation who weren't supported. And all those B-tier, game developers are no longer. So that's why you see the influx of indie games, and we get our handful of AAA games every year. We talked about this a couple podcasts ago, but there used to be so many more games released every year, and look at the amount of games that are released just this year, and how many of them were actually picked up. How many of them actually had some success. So when you make a decision to not purchase a game when it's a great game because of some nonsense on social media, that's a problem.
Yeah, it is absolutely money, because it has a negative impact on the gaming community, because developers look at it and say, well, hey, this game was critically reviewed well, and but it didn't sell well, so we're not going to revisit this franchise, or we're not going to look at trying to make new IP.
Yeah, and in Respawn's case, we already know that they're working on a Star Wars game.
Yeah,
so, all those people who are spreading this nonsense and not supporting Respawn, this could potentially carry over into the Star Wars game because it has Respawn's name on it. So you have all those stands who like to follow these people who preach this nonsense, and they could potentially put out another great game that won't sell because it has Respawn's name on it.
Yeah.
Right.
I'm really hoping that good word of mouth helps Titanfall 2 out over the holiday.
Me too.
Oh, I'm back, y'all. You can actually hear me.
Yes, we can hear you.
Okay.
Loud and clear. And again, I'm really, you're right, Sam. I'm hoping that what is going to happen there is, again, that small segment isn't really being heard, because it's big on our side. Like it's loud, in our circle. It's very loud, but hopefully it's not hitting, the bigger community and the bigger universe, as far as that goes.
If they can even capture like a sliver of the Call of Duty market from the casuals, and I don't mean that as like a degrading term. I'm sorry, I'm not trying to be degrading, but the casual gaming market that picks up 3 or 4 games a year and that's it, the person's happy with it. If they can take some of that away from Call of Duty, then they might have a chance.
Yeah,
right.
By all rights, they deserve it. I mean, I didn't like the tech test.
Absolutely.
Admit that. It wasn't for me any of this fanboy nonsense. For me, the tech test was just like, this doesn't feel like Titanfall, but I'll eat crow. Evidently, it looks like they actually listened to player feedback, and they said, okay, you know what, we're sorry, we're going to fix that, we'll make it fast like it was, we're going to give you an epic campaign that blows your mind. So, I mean, I have every intent, and I hope everyone else listening does too.
Right. No, I'm picking it up also, because I was kind of late to the Titanfall party last time, so I definitely want to get in, while people are really in it and enjoying it.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, but it's just, I don't know, that's just like sad and pathetic, man, that people are like willing to go that route and just try to tear something down just because, and, Sam just mentioning, casual or whatever. There's nothing wrong with that term. That term, casual, makes up the bigger part of the gaming industry. The hardcore adopt first, move in first, and then, it spreads out to like the casual market. It's just a certain segment of the community now tries to use the term casual and neutral in almost a derogatory way, Mm-hmm. And then it's sort of like, okay, well, you're labeling, people casual and labeling them neutral, but what gives you the right to do so? Like, you don't know, first of all, you don't know anything about who you're labeling. And second of all, it's like what does that matter? You mean you're so much more hardcore because you follow a certain person?
Yeah.
Who theoretically is more of a hardcore YouTuber than they are a gamer?
They put in those part-time hours, man.
Right.
Yeah.
So yeah, be careful how you label people.
You know what, man? But a lot. It's funny because there's certain people out there that resort to just name calling or labeling because they don't have anything to stand on in regards to their argument. Like their argument is so flawed, and you can just literally poke holes in their logic. That the only defense they have is to try to name call someone to try to discredit them.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And I'm sorry, go ahead, Rick. Sorry.
No, go ahead, man.
No, I was just going to say, and don't get it twisted. Again, following somebody down the rabbit hole of what a neutral is, or somebody being neutral. Neutral means, essentially, to me anyway, doesn't mean I'm not passionate. Doesn't mean I don't have a preference. And even if I don't, who are you? Like, who gives a fuck what you have to say? Right? But I'm neutral in the sense that I'm a gamer first, so I'm never going to sit there and attack somebody for what platform they play on, first of all. And I'm neutral in the fact that I don't care as long as you're gaming.
Exactly.
Yeah.
As long as you're supporting
Well
the industry. That's the most important thing. It doesn't matter what you game on PC or PlayStation 4 or Xbox One. So long as you're gaming, you're gaming.
Right.
That's all that matters.
Encourage the health of the market.
Exactly. Support the ecosystem. Encourage the market. Yeah. Yeah, exactly.
Anyhow,
I'm there on that. So yeah.
Yeah, I mean, we're going to talk about some other things next week because a certain Microsoft executive, denounced some behavior, and we'll talk about that next week. But
who, in theory, is neutral himself? In theory,
the dude just let me tell you something. He loves gaming.
Gamer first, man.
In the sense that yeah.
What was that, Sam?
I said, yeah, in the strictest sense, because he wants the market to grow. Phil Spencer, he said that most of what he's doing is playing on, his Xbox. I mean, and to be fair, he's the head of the Xbox division. I mean, he wants good games. I remember he was one of the first, period, in the industry to congratulate Bloodborne on selling 1 million copies. Because he said it was very encouraging to see a new IP take off like that in an era when so many don't.
Exactly.
You know what really excited me about when Phil took over is that the Xbox was getting he was a gamer, and that's the first thing that he talked about, kind of like getting back to basics and focusing on games, and if you look at we think about, it's funny because I think we were talking about 2013 earlier before we came on live. I mean, damn, the guy's done one fucking hell of a job.
Oh, hands down, man.
Yeah. Definitely see the Xbox resurgence, man.
Yeah.
A lot of people are down on it when it first released in 2013, and it's definitely bounced back.
Yeah. And he inherited a shit sandwich.
It did.
Yeah. Dude, Matrick did everything he could. I just remember, and yeah, I mean, that seems like so long ago now, and that's to Phil's credit again. I think the only people that remind us of that are, the fanboys with an agenda. Because like, I don't really see, correct me if I'm wrong, I don't see a lot of the media outlets still kind of dogging the Xbox, especially the One S. I've seen a lot of them praising it.
Oh, well, no, Eric, what are you talking about? There's media bias. What the fuck are you talking about? There's this media bias out there. You don't know about it?
No, I don't. I have no idea.
Let me tell you something. Oh my God! See, this is honestly, I haven't. See, I've kind of kept my mouth shut for a long time, but that whole fucking media bias thing. Oh my God, if you fucking believe that, I don't know what to tell you. Because, like Eric just said, look at the reviews for the Xbox One S. It's been praised by said media who's supposed to be biased against Microsoft, right? But people always go back, oh, they're biased against, there's this bias against, the gaming media, or against Microsoft and the game. Look at the reviews. Really? The reviews? Last time I checked, Gears of War is reviewed well. Last time I checked, Forza Horizon 3 is reviewed well.
No, but they do this thing like before these games release, like they start to kind of pad the walls, where they say, "Oh, betcha IG is going to give it a blah 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 or whatever." And it's like, wow, like you're already like loaded for bear.
Yeah, and
again, here's the fanboys reminding everyone about the negativity. If you would just stop doing that, no one would even think in terms of that, because again. They're back. Dude, there's a ball game now. They're back in the fight.
And here's the thing: like, I don't. You got to understand something about reviews. There's some reviews have some things in them that are true to a gaming experience. And we talked about this when we were talking about Recore. There's technical aspects of a review that are just true about a game, that are subjective based on the end user's experience, right?
Right.
I mean, if there's fucking and it's funny. So you might remember Kofi, who got like a bunch of shit for saying that. I mean, the dude was
over Recore.
Yeah, he wasn't even lying.
He didn't lie about one bit of it either.
Kofi didn't lie.
No, he didn't.
He did not lie about one thing, and he got attacked. Actually, I had the pleasure of doing a podcast. I was on his podcast 2 Fridays ago. Good dude, man. You know what's funny? He just loves gaming, man.
Right, but no one saw that.
Yeah.
And you know what's funny? With everything Kofi was saying, Kofi never once said Recore was a horrible game. He just pointed out some of the things that were going on with it.
Yeah. And
they were all true. And they still stand true.
Yeah.
I still keep playing Recore, but I keep saying to myself, why does this game take as long to load as Forza Horizon 3?
Absolutely.
Yeah,
why is this game loading like The Witcher 3?
And that's the fanboy argument is, oh, well, look at Bloodborne. Look how long that took to load, or Witcher 3. I'm like, well, look at what those games are doing compared to Recore.
And this is why I said earlier, people, stop listening to people who are ignorant and don't know jack shit about fucking video games, because they say that kind of shit and they lead you down a rabbit hole. And what you don't realize is what they're saying is just based on pure ignorance. Like Eric said, think about what those games are loading. It's not an apples to apples comparison.
Right.
These things exist in a spectrum, and people don't understand that.
No, I say do your due diligence, and don't ever let anybody stop you. If there's a game that you're really interested in, it shouldn't sway you from picking it up. There's a game that you're moderately interested in, I can see that happening, right? But the same people who sit and accuse media sites of being hard on reviews and full of crap, it's but you're doing the same thing. You're padding the scoreboard because you don't want people not to pick it up. But at the same time, you're still misinforming people. Yeah. If you can be honest about it, you can say, look, I enjoy the game for XYZ reasons, but it does have some technical flaws. Whatever the game may be. I'm not even singling out a particular game.
Hey, B-Money.
Or you say,
I'm sorry, I don't mean to interrupt. B-Money, we got a ball game, man.
Yeah, I don't know what the fuck they're doing, man.
Oh my god, this fucking game is great. Seriously, this might be one of the best Game 7s I've seen in recent memory. I mean, this is what you want to see. I'm sorry. Go ahead, Eric.
No, dude, they're coming back from what, 2 games down? 3 games down?
Yeah.
To have a game 7? That's, dude, yeah, you can't.
I'll tell you what, and not to get...
That's the stuff movies are made of, man.
Yeah, not to get sidetracked, but I honestly, I'd be happy for either team because this is truly historic. Whichever team wins, probably more so for Chicago, but yeah, this is
right.
So Eric, you were saying, man, I interrupted.
No, I'm just saying you do a disservice to your followers or other people who may have interest if you're not being honest about it. You can be critical with still giving some praise and saying, hey, if you really truly feel like you can't give a full recommendation, say, hey, maybe you rent it or whatever. Or you just say, hey, look, if you really wanted this game, don't let anybody stop you from getting it, right? But you're doing a disservice by padding it and lying about it.
Or maybe, hey, why don't you go check out some reviews and see what some of the what some gamers have said about this? Because these guys are
right.
A lot of these reviewers are gamers. They do this for a living. They've played hundreds and hundreds of games. They have a perspective at times that we don't have because they compare certain gaming experience to other gaming experiences that we may have not had as a gamer.
Mm-hmm.
And stop with the unhealthy fixation on review scores.
Yes.
Yeah. Because that's a great point, Sam, because you can read a review score, you could see like a 7, and you could read the body of the review, and it reads like an 8 or 9.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, and there's an unhealthy attachment to things like, oh, well, if it's not like an 8.5 or above average, well, then I'm not playing. Okay, if we're actually going by what a score is supposed to mean, an 8.5 is astounding. It's fantastic. Right. By that, a 5 isn't bad per se.
Right.
And you'll never see a game, I mean, okay, you do, but not really anymore. You don't see games getting 5s in reviews, ever. Mm-hmm. It borders on unheard of. I mean, you get a couple every now and then, but none of the big games, even though there might be some that deserve it. And it's not because they were bad, it's just because they're average.
Sam, I think for the 360 got like a 1.
Well, then,
yeah, okay, that's a good point.
Do you remember you guys remember that game?
Well, yeah, they deserve what they got.
They did.
But like Sam's saying, most games don't get that, and if they do, you can usually, if you're aware and can actually think rationally, that's a clickbait score.
Mm-hmm.
Just like if you take all the scores and lay them out on the table, and you see the median is somewhere between 7.5 to 9, you say that's a good game. Right. If that and one or two.
Yeah. Sorry. Go ahead.
Right.
I didn't mean.
No. I'm sorry. You go ahead. But I was gonna say if there's 2 that say it's a 4 out of 10, they're full of shit. If there's one that's saying it's a 10 out of 10, they're full of shit too. And if it says, I'm not gonna even say it. I was gonna. Never mind.
Say it.
No, I was gonna say.
Save it for next week.
If it's a fan site and it's a 10 out of 10, you might want to consider, checking out somebody else.
Yeah.
If it's a notorious clickbait site, you might want to look somewhere else. But be aware on both sides. Take them, eat them. And go with that.
But here's the thing that kills me. It's like, again, it goes back to, people crying bias, but then them pushing their own bias agendas too. And they're telling people, in a lot of ways, their behavior and what they're telling people is anti-consumer, anti-gamer, because you're telling people, and I've heard this, you know what? Fuck the biased media. Don't listen to a review of the game. Just go out and buy it. Really? So if someone is on the fence about a game and they're not sure, what do most consumers do when they're not sure about a product? What do? They do research. They do their homework. They make an educated purchasing decision. So when you tell people, because you have this perceived bias of the media, when there's proof out there that bias does not exist, again, goes back to, the media's biased, they're anti-Microsoft, they're pro-Sony. Really pro-Sony? Have you seen the fucking review scores for Knack?
Or No Man's Sky?
For No Man's
For No
Sky?
Man's- exactly.
For The Order?
or heck, even for Until Dawn. I was surprised. That's a 79.
Yeah.
In my opinion, that's a 9.5 out of 10. I loved Until Dawn to death.
Right.
Bad pun, I know, but still.
Until
But it's all emotional perspective.
But that's what I'm saying. Like there's evidence out there that suggests otherwise. People wake up, take the fucking blinders off, and look at the facts. And that's the part that's just mind blowing. And it's like, when when all of us do this, when we're not sure about something, we do research, we do our homework, we make an educated decision as a consumer.
Yeah, this is in the 80s. You could get that research sitting on the toilet.
Yeah, I mean, you could. Yeah, you could. Yeah, just
Within seconds.
Yeah, just pull up a
Real info dump.
Exactly.
Exactly, info dump.
Right, like Super Cooper just said in the chat, he watches on Twitch. If he's not sure about, a game or whatever, you got Twitch, YouTube, media sites, friends, Twitter. You can go to any outlet and say, hey, what do you guys think of this? Or whatever, There's so many ways to get information on it. But to sit there and scream, oh, there's media bias because you feel like, someone's taking a dump, then again, you're back to the emotional.
Yeah, and you're back to the emotional.
You're back to the inferior. You're back to the inferiority. You're back to do you really feel confident in your purchase? Yeah. I know I do.
Well, that's the thing. I mean,
I have no qualms with anything. There's nothing in my house that I own that I don't have faith in it. If I didn't have faith in it, it's not going to be in here.
Dude, let me tell you something. Everything that I've purchased, TVs, surround sound equipment, like my home theater system, for my Blu-ray player, I did research. My car, research. My wife's car, research. The neighborhood
You'd be dumb if you didn't.
Yeah, the neighborhood we bought into, research.
Okay, I'm sorry, but you're beginning to sound like the AI in Halo Wars. I'm really sorry for interrupting you, but every time you look up something, new blood, researched. Flamethrowers, researched. Assault pods, researched.
Oh my god.
That's what but that's what any consumer would do.
But wait, Eric, imagine I said, you know what? Fuck those realtors. They're biased. Just fucking
right.
Fuck Long and Foster.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, fuck Long and Foster. They're biased. Just buy whatever fucking neighborhood you want to buy. Don't do any research. And I know that's it's an extreme example of but that's the thing. I mean, it's what a lot of these guys are doing is anti-consumer, anti-gamer. And people just need to wake up. Make an educated decision. Don't buy into the whole biased media shit because there's proof there that that's not entirely true.
Here's a good gauge. If you're listening to a podcast and all they're doing is shitting on the other, whether it's an Xbox or PlayStation, right? But then when you call them on it, they say, "Well, I'm a gamer. I own everything." You seem to really hate this other product, so why would you even bother with it?
Right.
Seems a little suspect to me, right?
Yeah, it does.
Right. So,
B Money, I'm waiting for it.
Are they gamers or are they just
Hold on, B Money.
YouTubers trying to grow names?
Let's go.
Oh,
what?
B Money celebrating.
Yeah, call some things into question, man.
Yeah, B Money, that was huge.
That was huge, man. We needed that back, man. They messed up the last inning, so
yeah. No, they're gonna win this game. They're gonna win this game. They're gonna win this game. Why are those guys dry humping each other though in the dugout? What's that about? You see that? What the fuck is that about? Oh my god! I was like, "Whoa, wait!" And the guy pointed at his crotch.
Yeah, man.
Anyhow, research.
Yeah.
So
anyway,
that was a long. And we're gonna talk about some other shit next week though, because as I mentioned earlier, Big Phil denounced some things this week, and but I think it's gotten to a point too where Eric, a lot of these people, man, a lot of these fanboys, they live in this echo chamber, and they think that that they're it, and that's not true. The gaming community is bigger than them.
Way bigger.
Yeah, much bigger.
So yeah.
Yeah, there's 80 million potential consoles out there. 80 million people ain't listening to them, man. So
right.
Yeah. Hey, speaking of consoles, guys, real quick, I was talking to I don't want to put his name out because of where he works, but someone that we all know, and you guys probably know who I'm talking about, I think.
Mm-hmm. I do.
Yeah. So he's actually going to send me some game posters. I think he's sending me TitanFall 2 and something else. And so big thank you, big shout out to him.
About to upgrade the man cave.
Yeah, dude. He check this out, man. He's got. I'll tell you right now. Hold on a sec. Yeah, I got mostly movie posters in my media room. I have like one
hanging up there.
What's that?
You got Frozen.
Frozen Toy Story hanging up.
Yeah,
right. Frozen. No, I don't have Frozen. That's funny. No, I have.
Let it go.
Let it go.
Yeah, no, I have Pirates of the Caribbean. I have Avengers. I got Scarface.
Nice.
Yeah. You gotta have
Nice.
Scarface.
Yeah, man.
So I got some Star Wars stuff, but and I got a Modern Warfare 3 poster. But hold on a sec here. Let's see here. Oh shit! What do you guys think of that? What's it called? You watch this commercial, B Money?
Oh yeah, I'm watching it now. This is the first time I
This
see
is
it. This Assassin's Creed movie.
Assassin's Creed. Yeah.
Yeah, it looks pretty good.
Oh yeah, I saw the
Those look
trailer a
pretty
couple
good.
weeks ago.
Surprised they don't have.
They all look good in trailer form, man. We'll see.
Yeah, they do.
Western
Prince
dog
of
shit.
Persia look awesome in trailer form.
No, I knew that shit was due when Jake Gyllenhaal was in it, man. I'm sorry.
Wait, what was?
Prince of Persia.
Oh, okay. Well, I mean, video game movies have hope yet. Assassin's Creed looks good, and I don't know if any of y'all saw Warcraft, but
I haven't seen
I
it.
loved
No,
Warcraft. Is great.
I didn't see Warcraft. I have to check.
I'm gonna
that out.
watch it in 3D.
Video game movies do have hope because Uwe Boll retired.
Who retired?
Yeah. Oh, yes. Thank God.
Uwe Boll finally gave up because another guy that was claiming because the industry's biased. It's like, no, you just made shit movies. Sorry, dude. Anyway.
So I'm getting a Mafia 3 poster and a Titanfall 2 McFarlane one.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice, man.
Yeah. So real quick. So this individual works at a game retailer, and he was. I've asked him about like pre-orders of certain games. So Final Fantasy 15 at the location he works at, 91 total across all Final Fantasy 15 editions.
Mm-hmm.
That seems pretty strong.
Mm-hmm.
But only 6 of those are Xbox, which I don't think anybody's surprised by that. I mean, I think Final Fantasy has always kind of been associated with the PlayStation brand.
Mm.
I think it's very interesting that you see some Xbox guys actually saying that Square Enix is disrespecting them by not putting the Kingdom Hearts collections on the Xbox. But it is what it is when you don't support their game.
I'll be honest. I can kind of agree with that. I mean, I know it's a catch-22 because the support for those types of games hasn't really been there before. But at the same time, it is a little weird that they're bringing Kingdom Hearts 3 not the previous ones. That is a little weird.
I definitely do agree with that.
But is it like a marketing deal situation that maybe Sony has like locked up, or Like,
I don't know if Sony helped publish those original Kingdom Hearts games. But I know, I mean, we all know the third one is going to be multi-platform. So, a lot of people find it weird that they're bringing collections to the PS4 next year, but they're not coming to the Xbox. So,
yeah, that's interesting because as they're releasing 3, and I'm assuming that if you think of the Xbox fan base, probably a lot of them. Who knows? It's just a guess. I mean, maybe some haven't played Kingdom Hearts or would be new to the series. I mean, it may be a great way to kind of introduce the franchise to a new audience. Before 3 comes on the Xbox platform at least. So, yeah, that's interesting. I don't know.
Yeah, but so based on that information that you got, do you feel that that's as a whole, or is that sort of like isolated, or you just think again, kind of back at those types of games are not really what the Xbox One fan base want?
We like shooters, man.
I think there's definitely an audience who wants those games, but
but not enough to support it overall.
Yeah, I don't think there's going to be enough to actually get those games onto the console. I mean, I play on both systems. I would love to have Kingdom Hearts games on the Xbox platform. Even I Am Setsuna. It would have been cool to have that on Xbox, but it is what it is.
I mean,
you got to play where it's at.
Yeah,
right. I mean, but you saw a lot of excitement around Blue Dragon.
Yeah, the remaster
and Lost Odyssey.
Yeah,
Lost Odyssey.
And Lost Odyssey. So it's really hard. I don't know. Maybe to me it's hard to gauge. But I don't know. Then again, according to Fanboys, Scalebound is going to be like the dopest shit ever, the best JRPG ever created. And I'm like, okay, so when it drops, support it.
Yep.
Right.
Yeah, we'll see what comes out.
I'm looking forward to it, but again, it's just that seems to be one of those games that don't fare very well on Xbox. They don't. I mean, traditionally, those kinds of games from Japanese developers haven't done well, which is a shame because last console generation we got some good ones like Lost Odyssey and Blue Dragon, which is now backwards compatible. It's a big reason why I own a PlayStation 4 because I can't get those experiences on the Xbox One.
Yeah.
Dude, and you get them every week. There's one dropping.
Yeah.
Shit, Persona 5
PlayStation 4.
When's Persona 5 come out?
Which makes me laugh.
Valentine's
Persona 5
Day.
in February. But that's what makes me laugh when there's this metric that happens like with Fanboys where they're like, you're going to have a dry holiday on the PlayStation. Okay, now I'm not going to first party wise, definitely. Just PlayStation has been like dragging their feet, but they kind of do that. And then when it comes so closer to the end of that cycle, they hit you over the head with like a first party game like all the time, right? But if you're going to sit and say that it's really like there's no games, that's also a bit of hyperbole. It may not be the game that you want to rock out with, but the PlayStation audience are all about it, and they're getting it may not be like a multi-million-dollar AAA, but they're getting the JRPGs that they want constantly.
Right.
Or the experiences that they want like constantly. But then you look on the flip side of that, and I know, Microsoft doesn't release numbers. When you talk about first party games, that doesn't really move the needle as much anymore.
No, it doesn't.
Especially
we saw that last holiday.
That's not even right. So it's sort of like, why is that still something that's thrown around? It's like, when has that really equaled success? Because when there's success in something, people talk about it. Like people will say, well, Microsoft's not releasing numbers. It's like, but hey, when they went on NPD, they talk.
Right.
Like really quick. But when it comes to other numbers, you just don't hear anything. And again, there's kind of like the formula that they're following, and that's fine. But at the same time, when you get into the fanboy side of it, it's like this back and forth of, well, we got XYZ game. Okay, well, how come you're hitting your pockets like you're looking for your keys when that game drops? You've been talking nothing but shit about it up until release, but when it's all said and done, where are you?
Right.
In the interest
that's the thing that drives me nuts, man.
In the interest of being 100% fair, I think the games number thing. No, I know the NPD. You know, the moment they win an NPD, Aaron Greenberg will shout it from the rooftops, and he's marketing. That's his job, right?
Exactly.
That's his job. I don't fault him for that. But in the interest of being fair,
neither.
the games thing seems to be more on Phil's side because according to Frank O'Connor at 343 Industries, physical and digital, Halo 5 copies in January.
Can I just...
That's what he shut some people up on NeoGAF who were saying that Halo had failed. So I mean, and it's Halo, so it's probably, I mean, a couple of mil higher than that, given the low pricing and deals and stuff like that. But you didn't hear them shouting that from the rooftops.
Right.
So,
well, I think when Halo 5 dropped, I think actually Rand tweeted this out the other day. He said like, the minute Halo 5 hit, like, was it 400 million in 1 week?
Right. Okay. I mean,
over games, merchandise, and everything else. It's like they were like 400 million.
You did hear that, but like that was the only one, and it's like okay, even if you are totaling digital and physical, 5 million in a couple of months that's a nice feat. That would have been pretty cool to hear about. I mean, especially considering it would be even way higher now. But it took Frank going on NeoGAF and shutting a couple of trolls up for us to even find that out. Otherwise, we'd have no idea.
We'd have no idea, yeah.
But you know what's funny, Sam? It's like if a game sells a million or 2 million, there's in certain instances where people think that's a failure.
Yeah, I know. I can't. I don't understand that.
Because you remember like the Square when it came to Tomb Raider, the first one they were like, oh, it didn't really do well. It only sold like how many million? It's like, oh, wait, what?
Yeah, no, it's like only 8 million copies. Wait, what?
What were you looking for?
Remember Dead Space 3? When it hit like 3.5 million, and they were saying, well, it didn't really... What? What were you thinking? I mean...
It's like, that's a win.
I know. I mean, look at Rise of the Tomb Raider. I don't want to drag up that whole mess of what they did there, but even launching on the same day Fallout 4 did, they still did 1 million on Xbox in the first month.
Right.
They still managed that. And people were saying it's a failure. And I'm like, after everything else they screwed up there, that's amazing. To say the absolute least. They even scraped that out. I don't know.
Yeah. No, man. I don't know. It's just... I just ask people to get out there and support these games, man.
Hey, Big Al. I would give a shout out.
Stop making them like,
Hey, real quick, guys. I want to give a big shout out to Al, who's just joined us in the live chat. What's up, Al?
Oh, what's up, Al?
Yeah. He said Tomb Raider sold 200,000 in 4 days on PC.
That sounds a failure.
Yeah. So, we just went on
numbers on how it's done. Were there any numbers on how Tomb Raider's done on PS4 so far?
I have no idea.
We know more on MPD.
Probably MPD.
We don't. I mean, I don't think we should yet.
And let's talk about that MPD for a second. Can that just be like an enthusiast thing? Like you just want to know how the industry's doing? Can we stop using it as like a war thing? It shouldn't matter to anybody that much, like who's going to win MPD.
Unless you're
except for you, board member, they're the only ones.
The only reason it should be brought up is for the health of the industry, to talk about trends and things, which, I mean, like we're capable of doing without getting into any of the nonsense. If we want to talk about who might be doing what here and stuff, that's cool to chat about. But at the end of the day, no, there's an unhealthy attachment to it, for sure.
Right. Yeah. I saw fanboys congratulating each other over the last month MPD win. I'm like, what? I'm like, stop it.
You didn't do any of that work. Knock it off.
Right, exactly. It's like you didn't do shit.
You're getting a check? Then cut it out.
You're getting checked, right? Oh my god.
I was like, the UPS guy that dropped the shipment off at Best Buy has more to celebrate than you.
Oh shit.
Since we're talking about MPD, did you guys see that GTA 5 finally crossed 70 million copies sold?
God damn. 70 million?
Yeah, man.
You know what, B-Money, you know what's funny about that? Like, my wife's not a gamer, but she knows numbers. And I was telling her about that. I said, this game came out 3 years ago. It still charts in the top 10. I said, it just crossed 70 million in sales. And she looked at me like, damn.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
That's crazy, man. And I said, at 70 million, I said, and the cheapest I've ever seen that game go for, as far as consoles, is like $40 on sale, right? Maybe, I've never really seen it drop below like 38.
It has never dropped below $40 on Amazon.
Right.
I know because I've actually kept an eye on it.
Right.
Just for the
sake
of curiosity.
I'm waiting for that sweet spot because I still haven't picked up the game. But obviously they don't need my number right now. They're not worried. But I'm like, so think about that. It's like
no, they ain't hurting.
No, at all, man. But damn, that's the power of Rockstar, man. That's just like they get zero fucks, man.
They're untouchable. I mean,
it has reached the fourth highest, the original Super Mario Brothers.
Damn, man.
Hold on, what is it? You broke up there a little
Below
bit.
Tetris.
Yes.
Oh, what'd you say?
Okay, it beat original Super Mario Brothers.
Okay. Wow.
Man.
And
that's crazy because it could go higher.
Oh yeah, it's going to continue to sell through the holiday season as more people pick up new Xbox Ones and PS4s.
Right.
I mean, it's going to continue to sell. So,
funny
as long as they keep that online going, man, people are going to continue to buy it.
True. Be funny if the only game that knocks it off is Red Dead.
I can believe it.
Yeah, their own IP like kills their other IP off.
Yeah. Well, yeah, you know what? It's a win-win for them.
Exactly.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Exactly,
I'd like to go to the Rockstar holiday party this year.
Woo! You get a Bugatti, and you get a Bugatti.
I'll tell you what, if you were any other developer or publisher, I would be running, screaming from fall 2017.
Yeah.
If you're releasing your game there, I would be running away as fast as you can.
Turn the other way. Don't release your game. Although EA will probably release it
right now.
That's scary too because there's so many games that we don't know about yet.
Yeah.
And, I mean, there's games that we know that should be coming in 2017, but we always get that holiday lineup, right towards the middle of the year. So it's going to be interesting to see like where everybody places their game because Rockstar hasn't put a definitive date. They just know that it's in the fall. So somebody's going to get hurt. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
When it comes down to it.
Yeah.
It's going to be Titanfall 3.
Dude, I'm sure there have been some boardroom meetings already.
Oh yeah.
Contingency plans. Because wherever that drops, get out. Move away from it.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Oh yeah, that's insane. That game, it's. But a lot of that has to do with I'm sure a lot has to do with because they're now from what I understand, their downloadable content is free, right?
Yep.
Yeah, all their online stuff is free.
It's free, yeah. So I'm sure that's
you just
helping
got to
push
buy
sales
like
too.
shark cards and stuff. You want like the money or whatever.
Okay, gotcha.
They rake it in on those cards.
Oh, hell yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Didn't they make like $300 million on those cards in revenue or something? Or did I make that up?
I don't know if it's that high, but I know they definitely got to be bringing it in. You know what I mean? People buy
That's
those.
that's like fourth beach house money.
Shit. That's insane.
Dude, man, I can't even. Come on, man. 7. But on the flip side of that, we got Mafia 3. That was the fastest selling. What was the headline?
What did it sell like 3?
Fastest selling 2K title.
2K title, yeah.
Hold on, but that's crazy.
And where do we stand on that one? Has it gotten better? Or is it?
I haven't played it
a little bit?
Much recently because I was just waiting for all the updates and whatnot to come through. But I heard it's better than when it first released, so I'll check it out.
Right. I'm still tempted to pick it up, man. Just because Mafia 2 was like janky as hell, but it was still a good story.
Right.
And And I didn't really care about all the side missions because they were all kind of the same thing.
Right.
But the story was awesome. So, I can kind of deal with that. But I'm hearing, the same thing about Mafia 3. That the story's really good.
Yeah.
So
the story's amazing.
I'll probably pick it up at some point, just not right now. I'm not. I've just, all the bugs and stuff I heard about. I don't know.
Yeah.
Plus, I got too much shit to play anyway. I'm just backlogged right now.
Yeah, I mean, plus you'll be able to catch it on sale in a couple of weeks anyway. So it's just like, if there's stuff that you missed, you know what I mean, in the next couple of weeks it'll at least be half price. You know what I mean? So
right,
just pick it
now,
up.
I'm hoping that's not the case for Titanfall too, man. Because you know how that goes. Like as soon as sales drop off, that's when you start seeing like the majorly discounted prices.
Yeah.
Like so I'm hoping that it's not that kind of casualty.
Right.
So. Because we were Battleborn, dude. That was like $30 the next week.
Yeah, Battleborn was like $30 the next week, and like the week after that, you can get it for like $20.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Battleborn went out to die against Overwatch.
Yep.
Yeah, dude.
So.
But I still have hopes for Borderlands 3. Hopefully they announce that pretty soon.
Mm-hmm.
So.
So they dropped that at E3. I'm going to be hyped.
Yeah, man.
I love Borderlands.
Oh yeah.
And Borderlands is my game, man.
Yeah, that intro, the game, that song, that shit was so perfect.
Yeah.
But
back on the Japanese games real quick, I heard at PSX they're going to be dropping a whole ton of them.
Oh yeah.
A whole ton of announcements. Yeah.
Yeah, they better announce my Dark Cloud 3,
specific,
man. Somebody gonna catch these hands.
Nothing specific yet, but they just said there's supposed to be like a ton of announcements or something like that. But then that's speculation. So nothing yet.
You're serious about that, man?
Yeah, man. They've been teasing Dark Cloud 3 for forever. I know Level 5 announced Ni no Kuni 2, which I'm super hyped to play. But they've been teasing Dark Cloud 3 for forever, man. So they better just come out and say, yes, it's coming, and everything will be right in the world. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Nobody has.
I'm really hoping that they do the Ni no Kuni like remaster because I really don't want to drag out my PS3.
Yeah,
to try to go back and play that. Holding a DualShock 3 now, oh man.
Nah, man, just going through all those ridiculous load screens and every time something's got an update, like
it always needs an update. It takes forever.
So bad.
It takes forever.
I'll tell you what I want, and I know I'm not going to get it, but a Demon Souls remaster.
Ooh,
I never played it because I didn't own the PS3.
Yeah.
And so, there have been a lot of remasters I've been able to catch up on, different titles, or like the God of War stuff is on PS now, but Demon Souls, I can't, and I'm not getting one just to play Demon Souls. They just need
I heard that could happen, though.
Yeah.
But, Al said doubtful.
It is doubtful.
Al's just crushing dreams right now.
Yeah.
Al's like, doubtful.
I know it's unlikely.
Yeah, Al's dropping little nuggets. Oh, well, there you go. Look, but wait for something from in the future. I wonder what
like Bloodborne 2.
Bloodborne 2, yeah, that's what I would think. Bloodborne 2. Yeah, I could see.
I find that acceptable.
Yeah, definitely.
Al's saying they're done with. He's saying they said no more Dark
Bloodborne.
Souls, no more Bloodborne. Interesting. See, I was under the impression that they were going to come out with a Bloodborne 2.
Yeah, I thought they were at least going to work in conjunction with Sony to make Bloodborne 2. But they may have backed away from it.
Al's saying Demon Souls 2 is a possibility. Interesting. I still got to finish Dark Souls 3. I haven't finished that yet.
Yep, that's how I am with The Witcher 3, man.
Hey,
I didn't even start Dark Souls 3. Oh yeah, it's there. I'm getting back to it. I gotta finish that and Bloodborne.
How many hours have you played on The Witcher 3, Eric?
Oh man, I haven't even clocked it, but I would have to say I probably put in about 50, 60 so far.
Oh man, this holiday, man, you got to finish it. Did you?
Yeah.
Did you get the DLC?
No, I didn't get the DLC because I'm like, I want to finish the main game before I even go there. So no, haven't even done that yet.
Oh,
Can
man.
I give you a suggestion? Like a
Yeah.
spoiler-free suggestion? Okay, get the DLC.
Mm-hmm.
You need to play Hearts of Stone before you finish the main quest. You need to play Blood and Wine afterwards. You can thank me later.
Play Blood and Wine before finishing the main quest?
No. Hearts of Stone before you finish the main quest,
Oh, okay.
and then Blood and Wine after.
Got it.
All right, I got it. Yeah, you know what, Sam? I gotta go back and pick up the DLC. I haven't played any of it. I beat the game, completed the main quest, but I haven't. I haven't played the DLC. Eric, I'm telling you, man, it's literally one of the best games. John's right about the combat. It's not great.
It's not the best combat, but John is overboard.
I enjoy the combat, man.
No, I mean, yeah,
I prefer
fun.
that combat over Skyrim combat any day.
Oh, yeah,
for sure.
Yeah, sure. I mean, Skyrim's like fucking clubbing people.
That's part of the joy of a Bethesda game, isn't it? Is just clubbing the bejesus out of inanimate dolls that are moving around.
It is, man. I switch between first person, third person when I'm in combat because sometimes you lose them. You club the wrong way, you lose them. You got to go to third person. So I'm constantly clicking down that thumbstick. But
Witcher combat is perfectly fine. It's actual swordsmanship.
well, yeah. I mean,
I like the combat, man. To be honest with you, I mean, but I get John. John always says like, Geralt moves like just like a rag doll, like the way he makes like a turn. It just looks like
No, it's
so he has a little bit of a point there, but the combat I like though.
No, he doesn't. I don't think he moves like a turd or a rag doll. He may have in Witcher 2. The combat of Witcher 2 is fucking terrible.
Did you ever play on Dark in Witcher 2? The highest difficulty, Dark mode?
No, I did not know.
Good. Don't ever do it.
No.
I got that achievement, but it wasn't worth it. It really wasn't. It's misery because you'll put up a shield and people will like clobber you and kill you in like 2 hits. It's nightmarish.
That's
I gotta
crazy.
get that. No,
Yeah.
you're right, man. Over the holidays, I definitely have like 2 or 3 games that I'm like, I gotta finish these before 2016 is like.
Next 2017 is crazy. Like we thought 2016 was crazy, but 2017 is gonna be crazy, man.
Dude, man, 2017 is gonna be insane.
Yeah.
So yeah, if I don't catch up now, I'm just gonna have. There's just gonna be some casualties, like some games that are like, you know what, it's just not gonna happen. And those games might fund my other games.
Yeah.
So we'll see. But yeah.
Oh my god, I keep thinking about The Witcher 2 and just how terrible the AI was. They would just like stand at me. Or not stand, but stare at me like I'm fucking like, you know what I mean? Did you guys ever? Who's played The Witcher 2? Well, I know Sam, you have, but who else? Like Eric, you played?
I played a little bit of it, but you're right. After Witcher 3, I'm like, I can't go back.
But The Witcher 3 was such an improvement over the second one. It really was. I mean, that was just. I mean, it's funny. Sam and I were talking about the Witcher 3. What is it? The Bloody Baron.
Yeah, the Bloody Baron quest.
Yeah. And I was like, I thought he was an asshole. Sounds like I kind of felt for the guy.
And
Like,
he
I
is.
didn't. He was a dick.
No, he's a total
he was
dick.
he was just as drunk, man.
Yeah. I know he's just a drunk, but
It's the power of the storytelling that he is, an absolute piece of crap, but you can still feel sorry for him, given everything that happened.
I didn't feel sorry for him. I didn't. I just didn't. I mean,
Really savage.
yeah. I guess I'm just cold. I mean,
Cold as ice.
yeah. Because the whole thing with his wife, and I was like, man, fuck this guy.
Oh, bro, he was safe.
That was close to be money. But but Sam, that's what we were saying. Like that's the great part of gaming, though, because
For me, he took in.
Oops, Sam, you broke up there, man.
I said that for me, it was just him taking in and caring for Siri. That's all I said.
Yeah, and he did. I mean, that was I mean, he definitely did. You know, but you know, I got to go back. Eric, you got to play the game, man. You got to play the game. I mean, it's
Yeah, I'm
really
getting back in there, man.
it is well done.
Yep.
It is well done, and Geralt might be one of my favorite characters.
I'm telling you, when Cyberpunk 2077 comes out, it's going to destroy the world.
You think so?
Yep. People think Deus Ex is really good. They're going to murder Deus Ex.
Agreed. Agreed. 100%.
Well, you know what? If anyone can do it, they can. They can. Yeah.
Well, that's what like a lot of people were saying. Like when it came to like Fallout or whatever, like Bethesda really could learn from, CD Projekt.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah. I mean, if you look at the character models, like even Fallout 4, they don't look so hot. Like
no, dude,
because they're still running that engine.
Yeah, like
after all these years.
Yeah.
Yep.
Like some of the guys' character faces, like in Fallout
they got
4,
burned or something.
look like fucking ham.
They do, man.
I mean, seriously. I mean, it's some of the worst.
Howard, he's going to be in chat saying it works. It just works.
Oh, but seriously, they need like to upgrade because, like, we didn't really talk too much about Skyrim, but when I went back to Skyrim, now Skyrim does look better. I mean, it does. I mean, I'll say that much. But I was reminded how terrible the character models are. But then I was thinking, oh, it's a Bethesda game, and like I was looking at the Dark Elf, and I was like, this looks like the fucking Dark Elf from Morrowind.
Now imagine what the Dark Elf in Morrowind actually looked like.
Yeah, right. Exactly. Yeah. What was the one before Morrowind? Daggerfall, I think it was. Was that? Yeah. So, but yeah, I mean, but I'll say this. I mean, but even Fallout 4. I mean, outside of it does look better than the previous the last gen Bethesda games. There's better lighting, texture, stuff like that. But
yeah, and also brings up a good point. He said Fallout 4 should have used Dishonored or the Prey game engine.
Yeah, dude, what? No one's talking about Dishonored 2.
Man, that's because everybody's sleeping.
They are.
Yeah. That's
I'm
all right.
I'm really concerned for it and huge Dishonored fanboy. I absolutely love the original game.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, me too, man.
I'm ready for Dishonored 2, man. And I'm hoping they're pulling another Doom where, But no one, it's sort of like no one's really talking that much about it.
I know, all the big shooters out right now, and of course everybody loves Skyrim, but that's a Bethesda game that I was looking forward to. Is Dishonored 2, so
I mean, it comes out.
I can't wait.
It comes out next week.
Yep.
It does?
Next Thursday.
Next Thursday.
You're right, it does.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
But here's the thing. I feel like no one's talking about this game.
Yep.
Like, I go on Twitter and people are like, I hope fucking Titanfall doesn't sell well. I'm like, really? Fuck you. What about, what about Dishonored 2? I mean, that's coming out. I mean, no one's talking about it. It's crazy.
It doesn't help that if you're not from Twitter, if assuming that you're an average person or if there's no marketing for it, at all. That I'm seeing. I haven't seen anything on YouTube or Facebook ads or anything like that.
I see it only on YouTube because I'm subscribed to Dishonored YouTube channel. So I see whenever they release a trailer, but I don't see anything like on Twitter. I don't see there's no TV spots for it.
Well, I've seen a couple TV spots during football and stuff like that. So they're hitting a couple of them, but not where you see Battlefield or you see a Call of Duty or anything like that. Yeah. And I wouldn't expect them to hit that as much as that one because those budgets are so much bigger for those games.
Right.
But they did put a little money into it, man, because the trailers that they've been doing are like live action.
Yeah. The trailers are really good, man.
So, yeah. But overall, but outlet wise, like you said, Twitter, different outlets, whatever. Yeah, no one's really talking it up,
Yeah, I haven't seen much.
And maybe that's Bethesda's fault too. Sorry, Rick, I didn't mean to cut you off.
No, I'm saying I haven't seen much from the gaming media on Dishonored 2. But then again, I mean, you probably want to.
They don't have anything, but you know what?
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, they're deciding to wait until so they might be on Bethesda too.
Yeah, I don't know, but
How do you guys feel about Bethesda's decision to not send out the review copies early anymore?
I don't like it. Not that we were talking about reviews earlier, but just for this particular reason, it's like you want to kind of get some feedback. You kind of want to know what you're getting into. You know what I'm saying? It just kind of, to me, it kind of bodes well, especially for people who buy digital. It's almost like they're kind of saying, we want to kind of entrap you into not backing out.
Yeah.
There's a very easy fix. Stop pre-ordering games.
Not pre-ordering.
yes,
Yeah.
yes,
Yeah.
yeah. And it's funny because I've seen people. I'm going to go back to the Titanfall 2 thing about people feeling that Respawn slapped them in the face and saying they're not going to put up with stuff like that from developers and take it in the rear. That's not something that is. That's not something that's anti-consumer, anti-gamer. But pre-ordering games, yeah, that's God, I don't want to go down this rabbit hole of pre-orders because I could talk about this for like 45 minutes. But
if it isn't a huge AAA from a developer you know and trust, and something you're going to be playing on day one, you don't need to pre-order it.
Exactly.
And I feel like even if you are going to play
Get that money right away.
you still don't need to pre-order it. You know what I mean? It's not like we're in the days where, your pre-order, it guarantees you a copy because there's limited quantities at the store, whatever the case is. Like in most cases, we buy the game right from our console,
Right.
or go to the store and there's plenty on the shelf or whatever the case is. That pre-order number drives up the interest. You know what I'm saying? That helps with the marketing push or whatever when they see the pre-order numbers. But if you don't feel that confident in the game, then don't pre-order it. You know what I mean?
Right.
Now, I can understand if it's like a limited collector's edition. Like I pre-ordered The Witcher 3, and that's because I have a wonderful statue staring down at me right now, and I would not be able to get it if I hadn't pre-ordered it. But that's a specific situation.
Right.
Yeah, those situations definitely,
I'm totally with you on that because I have the Witcher Collector's Edition. Pre-ordered the Dishonored Collector's Edition. So I have my Collector's Editions, but I think anytime you're just looking to get that $60 game, why pre-order? It's going to be available. Whether you buy it digitally or if you need to go to your neighborhood game store to pick it up, it's going to be there.
Yep. I agree.
I've got no comment.
Because when you pre-order it, and in most cases, what are you getting exactly besides maybe some skin or some silly nonsense that has no real effect on the game itself anyway?
Nope, definitely.
Stop pre-ordering games. That's all I'm going to say. That's all I'm going to say. Do your research.
Yeah, and the case with Bethesda and their choice to not send out review copies and things like that. From a business standpoint, I understand what they're doing. That they don't want to have those negative reviews and people picking apart their game or whatever, and that stops the potential of gamers picking up their game or whatever. So I understand it from a business standpoint, but from a consumer standpoint, it's shitty. You know what I mean? So now, they released a brand new game. Everybody's excited to pick it up. We all go pick it up, and it turns out to be, this clunky mess.
Yeah.
And then it's like, oh well,
Character models.
I didn't wait for a review. I didn't know that it was going to be like this. You know what I mean? And it's on our fault because at the end of the day, we're the consumer. You know what I mean?
Yep.
Well, that's the thing. Like B-Money, the consumer now is going to have to. You're going to have to wait. Like if you're on the fence to buy a Bethesda game, you're probably just better off, waiting for the reviews to come out. and just be okay with the fact that you're not going to get the game, a day or 2 days after release.
Right.
And so, but and so the people that have a hard time waiting to buy these games, they're the ones that might get impacted. You'll have some that'll say, you know what, I'm just going to wait because I want to make an informed buying decision.
Right.
But yeah, I'm really sorry. My concern is that this is going to become industry trend, and this is going to be the norm. That's not something that I want to see, to be honest with you.
I think the only way it becomes a trend is if the developer, or not the developer, but the outlet stop previewing the game.
Mm-hmm.
If they continue to preview the games and things like that, and Bethesda is able to just say, no, we're not sending out review copies, then, this will continue and this will become widely spread. It was even the same thing with 2K. We got to remember the Mafia review didn't come out until the day the game released.
Don't
Nobody knew what the reviews were for Mafia, and we all know how that turned out.
Mm-hmm.
So this trend will continue.
Right.
As long as outlets continue to support these companies by previewing the game, talking about their game, things like that. The moment that outlets say, no, I'm not previewing game, you're not giving me a review copy, I'm not going to talk about your game, then the trend will stop.
Well, the landscape's changed, though, because, I think maybe in the past the media had more leverage to do that, but now you have YouTube influencers.
Yeah,
and actually,
that's true.
Yeah, and so last week on Super Deforms Gamescast, which goes live Thursday nights at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, I had to plug that for John.
There it is.
But Susan Arndt was on from Games Radar, and we talked about this same subject, and she said that the part that she thought was kind of she didn't agree with was that Bethesda was still selling, or not selling, had still sent out review copies of Skyrim, but they had only sent it to YouTube influencers.
Mm-hmm.
Because I got the loudest voice now.
Yeah, and then Bethesda can control that message more too with these influencers.
Right.
Like we all know about PewDiePie and the situation he got into with reviews or promoting games where he didn't really disclose, that.
Yeah.
Yeah. So they can do that. Yeah, it's just I from a consumer standpoint, I think it sucks.
Mm-hmm.
But as a consumer, we're gonna have to wait. You're gonna have to wait. I mean, if you're interested in a Bethesda game, you're unsure, you're just gonna have to wait. I mean, it's just, and it sucks.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
I just hope this doesn't. I just hope this doesn't become the industry norm. Like other developers don't say, like other big developers. That they're not going to look at what Bethesda's doing and say, "Oh yeah, shit, Bethesda's doing, we can do it." And that very well could happen.
Well, hell, you remember when?
If it does, maybe.
Sam, you bought out, man.
Oh,
Yeah, I think we lost him. Did we lose him?
come on.
I think we can hear you now, Sam. We can't hear him now.
No.
Eric, what were you gonna say, man?
No, I was gonna say, you remember like what Ubisoft pulled with
can.
Unity when they did like release the game. The review embargo lifted like at 12 noon after the game was released, so it was already out for like 12 hours.
Yeah, and people were missing faces and cats were
Yeah.
around there, and you're falling through buildings and shit. Yeah.
Yeah. I was like, damn. But and speaking of trends, I know we were talking like on one of the other shows about the early preview, 4-day early premium pricing or whatever.
Yeah, that nonsense.
Yeah, definitely nonsense, because I hear like with the Forza Horizon 3 DLC that's upcoming, like you still got to pay for that.
Yes. It's $35.
That's stupid.
$25 if you bought the $100 version.
See, man. See?
But that's what I was talking about. That
Right.
is ridiculous.
Right. Nah, man. Paying that premium to get it a few days earlier? No. People, stop doing that.
Yep. Stop supporting that nonsense.
Stop it. Yeah. Let's all play it on the same day. We're good. So
Yeah, that might be the new trend too.
I hope not, man.
It will be, man.
Yeah, I mean, dude, it's gonna happen. I mean, you pay $100 to play a game early. People are gonna go out and buy that shit.
Yep.
They're doing it right now. And then you watch what's gonna happen. Tuesdays are gonna be the Ultimate Edition game releases for $100. I still think to this day, video games cost way too much fucking money. You know,
They do.
Oh, no, man.
I guess historically, when you factor in inflation, they probably have always cost a lot of money because, you know, you got to remember. I mean, if you were gaming back in the Nintendo Entertainment System days, games were $50.
Yep.
You know.
Well, no, I think for all intents and purposes, games are cheaper now than they've ever been. When you really think
Eric
about it.
is right, given
You know.
the cost of development.
Yeah, cost of development, inflation, everything else, they're definitely cheaper. Dude, you remember N64 games were going for like $80-$90.
Yeah.
Yeah, they were.
You know?
You got to think, in most cases, if you want the full experience, you're paying over $100 anyway.
Mhm.
Right now.
Sometimes more than that.
Right now. If you want the full experience of Battlefield 4 or Battlefield 1 to get the game and the actual season pass, you're spending $140.
Wow, that's crazy, man. Okay, so maybe that's why the fanboys like talk all that shit and then they don't buy the game day one.
Yeah, because this shit's expensive.
That's still no excuse, man. You're gonna talk shit, get out there and support the game.
Yeah. I mean, no problem with the pricing of games. You know what I mean? I buy a lot of games at full price. I buy them when they release or whatever. As long as I'm interested in the game, I usually will pick it up.
Right.
I buy mine.
But I also think that
off.
the whole the Best Buy joint,
Yeah.
you know, I'm in there. But, you know, the whole season pass thing got blown way out of proportion. Season passes used to be like $20, $10 for, like, EA started it with like that online thing. It was like $10. Then season passes became really big. They used to be like $20. But now season passes are like $50. You know what I mean? And for what you get out of them, it's not worth $50, in my opinion, in most cases. So,
but these are the kind of things though. Like it goes back to what we were talking about earlier. Like gamers get mad over some bullshit, but this kind of stuff is important shit. They should be like watching, keep an eye on, because this could go south for consumers too.
Yeah.
You know, where you know, developers are aggressively charging for DLC. You know,
Right.
I mean, look at Destiny. I mean, we talked about Destiny a couple of weeks ago, and now, you know, they basically
for all the people who bought Destiny day one, you spend your $60. Then there was the expansion. I believe it was $30 or $40, right?
Yep.
That's the first expansion. So then, like, the next expansion was another $30 or $40, and this last expansion was $40, right? Or no, it was 30.
30, yeah.
So in all, you spent damn near $200 on Destiny.
Yeah. That's
And
all
somebody can go right now and buy the collection for $60 and get all the same content that you already purchased for $60.
and level up.
Right.
And level up.
Get the free level up to be pretty much right where you're at.
Right. Like, what's up?
Playing on Xbox though.
Yeah. Yeah. They're like, what's up, fellas? You're like, how the hell did you level up already?
Yeah. I just bought Destiny. $60. Yeah. Let's see. And that like people should pay attention to those things because again, that's something that can get out of hand, potentially get out of hand.
Right.
And can have a negative impact on the consumer. Instead of arguing over this stupid shit that really doesn't impact you as a consumer. You know?
Exactly. And I mean, Microsoft isn't the first to do like the early access thing, but they've been definitely experimenting with it the most lately, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, it's gonna happen, man. I'm convinced. It's another way for them to get people to spend money. You know, because there's going to be people out there that got to have it first.
Mm-hmm.
You know, yeah. So it's
anybody who's on YouTube or Twitch, they got to have it first.
Exactly.
They got to be the people who stream it first. So
yeah.
There will always be a market for it.
Yep. Yeah. And I didn't realize you lost Sam.
Well, you didn't lose me. I left to try and
He's still botting Sam.
clean up the connection.
Rough night. Rough
Yeah,
night.
what you got going on over there, Sam, man?
Yeah,
Nothing. Absolutely
gaming.
nothing. My
He's
internet
gaming.
has just been doing this.
he's
Sam's
gaming right now.
re-downloading the Master Chief Collection, all 80 gigs of it.
Yeah, right. Downloading Master Chief Collection, Call of Duty Infinite Warfare. Yeah, so damn, this is it's funny, we were talking about games earlier. This is we're getting a point now with it's just we got Dishonored 2 coming out next week. We have Infinite Warfare. What else is dropping? Last Guardian is dropping.
Final Fantasy 15.
Oh, Final Fantasy 15 that drop. When does that drop again?
On the
December?
29th, November 29th.
Oh, I can't wait.
And then a couple of days after that, we get Last Guardian finally. So the two games we've been waiting the longest for come out in a matter of weeks. So
Yeah, Watch Dogs 2.
Watch Dogs 2. Yep, Watch Dogs 2 comes out.
Yeah, I'm not interested. I'm not going to
When
pick that up. Not right now, at least. I might pick
Yeah,
it
I
up.
was gonna say, Enrique, stop saying that, man, because you like, I'm not picking that up. And then Enrique's like, I'm on my way to Best Buy.
Yeah, exactly. I do. It's crazy. Like, I got to stop buying games, man, because it's like I get so backlogged. I have so many games that I have not played
Right.
that I need to play. Like I
When
still
does
got to finish.
Watch Dogs 2 come out?
November something.
November. I'll look it up real quick.
All right. I'm sorry, Enrique. What were you saying?
No, I was saying, I just got I got a bunch of games I got to play. It's just I don't have time, but I keep buying them. I got a problem.
Oh, yeah, man. That's how it is, man. Dude, I still have 360 games and PS3 games I never played. They're still sitting in my cabinet.
If you guys saw the
Not to mention the digital ones.
if you guys saw the stack of 360 games that I had that I haven't even touched, you'd be like, "What?"
Watch Dogs 2 comes out on the 15th with a $40 season pass.
$40 season pass.
Did you hear the details of that season pass?
Yeah,
Yes, I did.
you get hats.
And 5 1-hour missions.
Yeah. Ridiculous.
You get 5
Dude,
1-hour
that's what I'm
missions
Yep.
for $40. Oh,
Yep.
Yeah.
Can't even get it out. He's like,
I just think it's bullshit. I'm sorry. I feel like this is too much.
that's why I don't do the season pass shit, man. I just don't.
It's funny. So
Yeah.
people pissed off about Respawn, right?
Mm-hmm.
They're doing it right.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You're not
Absolutely.
charging you for the season pass.
No one's talking about that, though, right?
Yeah. And these people are fucking crying like babies.
Well, you know what? Let me not say that. The people who actually appreciate it and who are actually, enjoying the game or want the game or don't even really care. They're just kind of like, oh, that's really cool of them to do that. And they keep it moving.
I mean, the people that actually game or gamers?
Yeah. The idiots, of course, can only think about a PS4 disc.
Oh, you know what, Eric? You shouldn't name call because some people be
Yeah.
like, "Oh, you're name calling,"
Yeah. Name calling.
Name calling. I
haven't started name calling yet.
No, I haven't either. Those guys don't name call me. Yeah, okay. I'm sorry. Some of this shit I've seen on Twitter is just ridiculous. This shit is just fucking crazy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Watch out for those double M's in the Twitter handles.
Oh, is that where it's at now?
Mm-hmm.
I'm a grown man. I'm not fucking no. I'm a gamer.
Yeah. If
No.
there's 2 of them in there, watch out for that.
Yeah.
Because that's not Scorpio love. That's something else.
That is.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I don't know. Given the quality of my internet, I think I am turning into an X-bot.
Yeah. I was gonna say you
Nah,
sound.
you showed that love to Transformers, man.
Yeah. Mustard. Yeah, retreat.
Am I still botting?
Not right now. You're not. No.
Not right now.
Oh, Oh, through the. I'm sorry, guys, watching the World Series too. Yeah, we should probably wrap up the podcast.
Man.
What's that, B-Money?
I can't believe you let that ball go.
Yeah, they got this game, man. They got it.
Nah, man.
We're just gonna go ahead and congratulate the Chicago Cubs winning their first World Series. Hey, you know what? I'm actually happy for Joe Madden.
Yeah, he deserves it, man.
Yeah, he was a great manager at Tampa for so many seasons. So, yeah, it's crazy seeing John Lester out there.
It's good to see him.
Traitor.
The Cubs around, man.
Yeah, look at Theo, man. Dude, if he wins a World Series, he's basically broken the curse for 2 franchises.
Yeah.
I mean, he's a young guy too. He's probably our age.
Yeah, I think he is actually.
Yeah, no, he is. I think he was like GM of the Red Sox, I think in his like late 20s or something crazy. Yeah. It's crazy, man. All right, we're going to go ahead and wrap up the podcast before I start name calling. Or before Eric starts name calling.
But before we get out of here,
yeah,
we got to talk about the Pro. What do you guys think?
Oh, we do.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, we forgot to talk about the PlayStation 4 Pro. That's coming out next week too.
Yes, it is.
All right,
who's getting one?
Yeah,
I'm not yet.
I'm definitely on the fence now. Like at first, I was like totally against it. I was like, nah, I'm not gonna get it. I'm not gonna get it. But I'm definitely on the fence. The more seeing some news coverage on it, and then I think Cerny's supposed to talk about it, and then sometime this week. So
yeah, he's gonna be in the UK talking about it. Yeah,
so once more information comes out about it, I'll definitely pay more attention to it. I may pick it up this holiday. It just depends, really. So, what about you, Sam?
See,
I think we lost Sam again.
Oh wait, I'm sorry. Did you ask me a question?
Yeah, so are you thinking about picking it up?
Well, if it had a UHD player, I would.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, the lack of that is because the problem is I didn't want to have to get an Xbox One S. I was thinking because it's not that big of a deal, and I'm getting my 4K TV probably sometime around Black Friday would be ideal. So I was thinking, okay, well, I know the Pro's launching, so I can just get that. But now I'm in this weird situation where if I do that, and I get the Pro, I'm going without 4K Blu-rays.
Correct.
Until Scorpio launches.
Yeah.
So I don't know. There are a couple of Black Friday ads going around for the Xbox One S that are looking really tempting.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah.
The Dell one. The Dell one look crazy.
The Dell one. Yep, that's it.
Yeah. And if that Dell one is the precursor to like the other bundle deals,
Walmart's
some really good stuff.
You know what I mean? Yeah, I have to buy 2 Xbox One S's for my sons for Christmas. Mm-hmm. So I'm definitely gonna pick that up. But I'm still on the fence about the Pro, because I feel like if I buy it now, that in 2 years the PS5 will be out, or at least pretty soon afterwards. So I don't know if I should just hold off because, for me it's all about the games, and since there's no exclusive game, there's not really a super need for me to go out and pick it up.
Right. And it sounds like the HDR in the OG PS4 is actually pretty good.
Yeah.
So
didn't that get busted as basically being marketing spiel though? I remember reading a tech article that said no games are actually getting the HDR support on the OG PS4. That it's just menu and TV watching. That's what I saw. Because you really need HDMI 2.0. Mm-hmm. Images at 60 hertz or stuff like that. I heard it was basically just yes, it can technically do it's only for watching TV. That's it.
I've seen screens of people playing Last of Us on PlayStation 4 with the menu option of turning on HDR.
Are these people with 4K TVs or not?
4K TVs, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't know. Well, I mean, if that's the case, then I take it back if that's the case.
Yeah.
No, we have to do some bold research.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, research.
Research.
But no, my only holdout is definitely because I don't have a 4K set yet, so that's kind of like my priority right now is to get that, to be ready, to really take advantage of all these goodies, that we have coming our way.
Yeah, I think what I like about the play, and I'm not getting a Pro. I don't have a 4K TV, but I will say this: I could pick one if they start, because I know with the Mass Effect Andromeda, there's an option for 4K, 4K upscale, whatever. But there's also the option to do 1080p with better graphics.
Mm-hmm.
They start doing that for other games, and I could see the benefits without buying a 4K TV. I could see myself getting a Pro.
Given that they're having to upscale or do the checkerboard rendering or stuff like that to hit 4K, I was really hoping they just do the 1080p 60 frames locked type option. Just get the frame rate nailed. And I'm a little disappointed to see that that doesn't seem to be the case. Like as a standard, I mean. I don't know.
Well, do you think that's because they said there wouldn't be any difference between the original PS4 and the PS4 Pro as far as like the feature sets you see in the game? So like the frame rate, they pretty much said like the frame rate should be the same regardless of which system you played on.
I mean, maybe, but the thing is that they're playing together in multiplayer and someone has a way higher resolution. Doesn't that technically give them an advantage? I mean, frame rate would be way more of an advantage. Don't get me wrong, but
don't they have that? Isn't that the case in PC though today?
Oh yeah, for sure.
People gaming 4K, and some people are gaming 1440 or 1080, whatever.
Oh yeah, I game 144 frames.
Yeah, I mean, how much of it? How much of a? I mean, I don't know. I mean, I just don't know how much of a advantage is it?
Well, I mean, I have a really good computer, so I'm a little biased, but for me, high frame rate is king.
Oh, absolutely. Frame rate's always king, yeah.
Hands down.
Sam, do you have Skynet?
Skynet?
Yeah.
Wait, what?
That's what I call very powerful PCs, gaming PCs, Skynet. Like the Terminator.
If you want... Oh yeah, I got you. I just didn't get like what you meant by it. I can give you my specs if you want.
Yeah, what are your specs, man?
I've got a 780 Ti is the graphics card. The CPU is an i7-4930K. It's a 6-core, clocked at 3.4 gigahertz. And then I've got 32 gigs of RAM, DDR3. That's running 1600 megahertz. And I actually have room for 32 more gigs, but nothing uses that much. Not even the rendering.
32 gigs of RAM?
Yeah.
Damn.
Oh yeah. It was cheap bundled. It was like not much to add on another 16 gigs, and I was like sold. And then the biggest thing though, the beauty of it all, is that it's got a 1 terabyte SSD.
Oh, nice.
Nice.
So it boots up in like 7 seconds. This thing was like a 2-year project, saving up enough to, really get going. But she's a beauty. I love her.
Does she have a name?
Leviathan.
Nice. Nice. Yeah. Al, I don't know if you guys if Al ever shared his specs with you guys on his computer. He's got a fucking beast. I forget what he has in it. Excuse me. But I know it's beast. He showed me a picture of it. It looks insane.
Oh, yeah, I was no joke, man.
Looks like a Titan. Like from TitanFall. Yeah, but so actually our good friend who also works at that local game retailer, he said that the pre-orders for the PlayStation 4 Pro have been pretty solid. So again, who knows if that could just be his store. I'm not trying to insinuate.
I mean, Amazon seems to indicate that.
Yeah, where's it at on Amazon right now?
I don't actually know. I know it's been constantly trending in like the 20s, but that's the trends. So I mean, take that with a grain of salt.
Wow. I'm sorry,
That's
Al.
exciting, right, Enrique?
I mean, yeah, it's good for marketing.
See?
No, you don't
This is what I'm
understand.
talking about, Enrique. You kept saying that the game was over. The game ain't fucking over, man.
Oh, I just jinxed it. And I just said it's so Super Cooper in the chat was like, because when I said that, I was like, hey, let's congratulate the Cubs. Super Cooper goes, Enrique, you just jinxed them. I'm like, no, I didn't. And now it's time. Oh shit.
If they lose, we know who to blame.
Yep.
I might get some nasty DMs from B Money later.
Mm-hmm.
Oh man, this is insane. Seriously, this might be the best Game 7 I've seen. I mean, this is crazy. What was the score? They were up like 6-2, right?
Yeah.
Shit. I'm telling you, I'm living outside DC, man. We live this every year with our sports teams. Jeez. All right, so Sam, you were saying about it's trending on Amazon.
Consistently trended in the 20s. Like,
Okay.
the trends come and go, but so you usually don't pay attention to them. But it's interesting because it's like stayed constantly in like 25 and it hasn't really moved from there. But it's been there since it'll be a big boost.
Yeah. Interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I think that's it for topics tonight. I think we're go call it an evening. Call it a wrap.
Yeah.
So.
Let you guys get to the rest of this game.
Yeah, definitely want to watch. I know B Money wants to watch this.
Spectacular ending.
Yeah. So, yeah. Jeff, I can't believe I said that. This is happening. So anyhow, all right. So we'll be back on next Wednesday at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Definitely don't want to miss next week's show. We're gonna have some more. Yeah. Well, yeah, and we're gonna be talking about part 2 of our fanboy rant. We'll get into some more details of things. Oh my God! Look at LeBron. This is nuts. Wow. Yeah. So we'll be back on the air next Wednesday. John will be with us. We may have another special guest on with us as well. But hey, to my panel, B Money, Eric, Sam, thank you again, man. Always a pleasure shooting the shit with you guys and talking video games.
Most def.
Yeah, and
Sam is gone. There is only Xbot.
Yeah, right. There's only Starscream. He's yelling retreat. Yeah. So everyone in the live chat, thank you again for popping in and hanging out with us this evening. Hopefully, some of you were drinking some beer or whatever it is your beverage of choice is. And hey, we'll catch you guys next Wednesday at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And I was going to say something else I completely fucking forgot. But give us a like, give us a subscribe as well, or sub. And hey, you know what? If you're just looking for a gaming podcast where we just talk video games and